All right, guys, we're going to do an oil change on the Hustler SDX zero-turn mower. All right, it's the 2017. So basically, guys, this is the brand new 2019 Super Duty, the SD. All right, they didn't come out with the SDX in 2018. The only way to get it was in the big dog platform, where they called it, I think, the Alpha MP or something, or MPX or something. But it's back in 2019, the SDX. Only difference is it now has the 3100 hydros and some different tires on it. All right, so like I said, basically, you know, this was a $4,400 mower, $4,500, I think $4,499. So there was like a $500 to $600 price difference between this and the SD of 2017. All right, and the only difference really was you had an open deck, which now, like I said, basically this is the SD. But you have an open deck. You got a different seat. Now, still the new, is the only difference from the SD 2019 and this 2017 SDX is you don't get that air ride type seat. Now, it's not an air ride seat, but it's a, I forget what Hustler calls it, air something seat. But that's really the only difference. So this is basically your 2019 SD. All right, but that's why I think there's so much value in this mower. You know, for $3,800, you know, this is the $4,400 mower in 2017. So you're basically getting a $600 reduction in price. So, but anyway, this is what you're going to need for your oil change on the SDX, and really on the SD or on your Hustler Raptor. All right, you're going to need some oil filter pliers. You're going to need a oil pan, which again, you've seen me with all my videos. This is the best thing to use. All right, a lot of oil pans are just not going to fit underneath your mower, especially this mower. You're going to need oil. I use the Mobil 1 synthetic 10W30. You know, some people like using a different grade. I like the 10W30. Always works great for me. And you're going to need an oil filter. You can get these in a 2-pack. That's what I usually do. But for your Hustler Raptor, or guys, to be honest with you, any Kawasaki FR or FS series, this is the filter you're going to be using. All right, it's basically the 49065 7007, made in the USA. I never knew that. They have different, you know, they have a higher capacity oil filter you can also get, and that's what's probably on this one. This one is very long overdue, this lawnmower, for an oil change, but it is what it is. All right, so this is a pre-filter. I'll show you about that. But that's basically all you're going to need, guys. And again, don't lose your hose. You know, a lot of oil filters, well, a lot of oil change, or a lot of drain plugs, let's just put it that way. You know, Hustler's still using this little tube here. Is it the best? Absolutely not. Is it the worst? You know, it's just, it's an extra procedure that you're going to have to do with your Kawasaki. Well, I don't want to say that, because really, the Bobcats, you can get this mower with this drain hose already attached to your mower. And all, you got your hose, and right here's the top. You take it off, you drain your oil. Super simple, right? For some reason, Hustler does not want to pay the extra money to get rid of this and just have the hose. You know, the Bobcats have the hose already on them. I think they did. No, maybe they didn't. I don't know. But, you know, a lot of Briggs engines also have the hose. And take a look at her, because she just had her lunch. And now she's ready to hunt. She likes to hunt for rodents and other creatures. But anyway, it's a pain in the neck with this hose, guys. There's a lot of worse setups, trust me. You know, the Gravely and the Arians, really tight areas to kind of get your oil drained. A lot of room here. It's just the stupid hose. But hopefully a lot of these engines are going to go to having the hose already attached. Obviously, on your more expensive mowers, the hose is attached. But you can start finding these, you know, 2800 hydro mowers, even some 2200 where you got your hose attached, and that's awesome. Definitely a time saver. But I'll show you how to start your oil change. All right, first thing you're gonna do is raise your deck all the way to its max height. I think on this mower it's 4.5 or 4.75 in transport mode. Love this system on this. Now, is it gonna last like other mowers? I'm not sure, but it's been holding up pretty good. All right, so first thing to do, get your oil pan, put it right under, because that's where your oil is gonna go into. So put it right underneath there. All right. All right, guys, first thing you want to do after you have your oil pan underneath your mower, obviously to catch the old oil, you got your hose. All right, again, not the best setup, but this is what we got to work with, right? So you want to kind of get it down there, so it will go right into your pan. Then you got this 2 nozzles here, one here and one here. This is what you're going to loosen, all right, and that's going to let the oil drain out. So you want to put your tube onto this little nipple here. All right, there we go. All right, so once you have it on there, double check, make sure that it's going to go into your drain pan underneath. All right, that looks good. All right, then all you got to do is loosen this, guys. You know, we're going to see how hard it is to loosen this little bolt. Usually it's not on there too tight, so I just got a 7/16 socket. I got a 10-inch extension, again, to try to get the right angle. All right, just double check. You got that. All right, there goes your oil. All right, make sure you have this out, guys. This will make it flow out a lot quicker. Your oil cap. All right, go on the other side and I can see the oil coming out. So pretty simple, guys. You don't really even need anything too hard. You know, like you don't need an you know, any type of power tool to loosen that bolt to get the oil out. Just loosen that a little bit more so it will come out a little quicker. There we go. All right, so just let it drain, and while it drains, you know, get ready for the other part. We'll be right back with the next thing to do on your Hustler SDX oil change. All right, guys, it's only been probably 2 minutes, and it's, you know, make sure you run your mower for a little bit. You know, leave it running for at least 5-10 minutes. You know, cut your lawn. That's the best thing to do, so you're not wasting gas. But cut your lawn, cut your neighbor's lawn, and that's when you want to. Obviously, it'll be hot. It'll drain quicker, and obviously like this. And you see, it's very black, very overdue. I got 84 hours on this, and this is its first oil change. Okay, something I don't recommend. All right. You know, this motor, believe it or not, tells you to service it every 100 hours. All right. Now, obviously, if you're using it commercially, you know, you want to do it every 50 hours. All right. You might even want to do it at like the 8 or 10 hour point. That's, when you first get a mower, it's kind of breaking in, and there's a lot of shavings and stuff. I've talked to a lot of people, and they say there's really no need for that. Now, if you watch my other videos, I was a big advocate of doing that oil change at the 5 to 8 hour point. But after talking to some mechanics, and specifically someone very big at the Right Mower Corporation, says really there's no need for that. Yes, you might have shavings in there, but that's what the oil filter's for. So your oil filter is going to catch it. But something you want to do every 50 hours. If you're a homeowner, you can replace the oil every 50 hours and the oil filter every 100 hours. Totally up to you. If I'm going as far as doing this, I'll spend $10, $12 on an oil filter. It just gives you some extra peace of mind and a little bit better for your motor. All right. But, do what you want to do, of course. But if you're running a commercial. All right, guys. So like I said, first thing you want to do, run your mower, get the oil hot in there. It'll drain a lot quicker. Pop your oil cap. Got your hose on there. You're draining the oil. Pretty much done. It takes around 10 minutes. Obviously, once you get it set up, you can do something else. On your lunch, have a sandwich or whatever, or a beverage, nice cold Gatorade. Now we're going to get to the hardest part, is taking the oil filter off. Now, after your first oil change, all right, now this is obviously put on by the factory. They put them on really tight, guys. All right, so after this initial oil change, your second and third oil change will be so much quicker, because really you only have to put it hand tight. What I do is I put it hand tight and I maybe crank it, 1/10 of a kind of torque push to tighten it. I don't over tighten the oil filter. There's no need to. Really, hand tight is really good enough. I just give it a little crank there. But I'm going to show you how to do it. Now with this mower, it's, that's what I like these other mowers with, like the Skag, that new Cub Cadet too, the ZT. Got a lot of room to take this oil filter off. You don't have a lot of room, but it's not the best. I'll show you. All right, guys, like I said, you don't have much room to operate in here, but if you got a oil filter wrench, you should be okay. All right, so you kind of just want to get it on there. Okay. A couple cranks. Wow, that was really not that bad. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah. Wow, that was really not on there tight, guys. Wow. I don't know if Hustler kind of changed the way that they, tighten these oil filters on there, but it was very, very simple. Usually it's a pain. But now you're gonna take your oil filter off. Now there's gonna be oil going all over the place, guys. Nothing you can do. If you want to put, something down here, you can. I don't really worry about it too much. I'm gonna wipe it up with a napkin, but you're gonna have a lot of oil. All right. As you can see, oh, I'm gonna lose that. As you can see, you got a lot of oil still in there. You basically just, put this in your oil pan, and now obviously you got a little oil residue down there. Let that kind of drain out until it's done. Again, you could put something down. A lot of people have a lot of different ideas. You got some drainage holes there. That's another good way. I like doing it kind of on the grass, because you make a mess and you get this on your driveway or the concrete. Obviously not a big deal if it's on a part of your lawn that you don't really use too much. But let that sit, and you'll see me wipe it down with a napkin. Then basically you're just putting your new oil filter on. Alright, so like I said, you want to wipe this area down as best you can. Hard to get your hands in there. You could do this at the end too, not a big deal. And if you got an extra piece of plywood, you can always put that down. You don't want, you know, a couple drops getting on your beautiful lawn. Really clean your oil filter, where your oil filter is going to go. Try to get that as clean as you can. Don't worry too much about the bottom here. Alright guys, so after your oil filter is off, you kind of cleaned it up a little bit. You got your new oil filter here, and as you can see, it's the same exact oil filter, 490657007. Little surprised it didn't have the higher capacity filter on. Like I said, sometimes out of the factory they'll put the higher capacity oil filter on, but same exact one here. All right, so what you want to do is you want to get a little oil from your old oil, dip your little finger in there, and you want to put this on the seal here. Okay, I'm going to put a nice coat, don't worry about it. Alright, then it's real simple, guys. Take it, you got everything kind of cleaned up a little bit, get it on there. Spinner on. Remember, you want to make it hand tight. Alright. There we go. Get your oil filter pliers, like I said, a couple little cranks, guys, and that's it. Alright, that's one. Should be about good there. Look at this. Alright. And then try to tighten your hand. Yeah, now you're moving. Alright, so yeah, 2 or 3 little cranks and that's it, guys. Don't over tighten your oil filter. There's no need to do that. Alright. So you got your oil filter on. Super simple. Now you want to take your hose off. Okay. Put that down right here. And now you want to tighten up your plug. Real simple. I'm using a 10-inch extension bar with a 7/16 socket. And don't over tighten this either, guys. Last thing you want to do is kind of strip. There. As soon as it kind of stops, give it a little push, and that's it. Alright, so that's basically your oil change in a nutshell. Now, all we got to do is add the oil, and you are done. Okay, now we're ready for the oil. You can use many different type of funnels, guys. Just make sure you kind of have it sitting around for a little bit. Whatever is in here is going to go into your engine. So make sure it's super clean, dust. Alright, it's pretty clean there. Alright, so again, a lot of different types of funnels you can use. Alright, so now it's time for the oil. Again, I use the mobile synthetic. If you buy it in this big container, it's definitely cheaper. This, believe it or not, this was like $22. So I bought like 4 or 5 of these suckers. But if you do a lot of oil changes, obviously if you're run a lawn care company, you're doing oil changes quite a bit. So you'll save money in the long run buying the big 5 quart jug. Alright, so this engine here takes 2 quarts, around 2 quarts. Always make sure and always check, use your dipstick. But it takes around 2 quarts. So what I usually do is put around 1 quart and, 13/16. Then I start, doing it, I start checking the dipstick. All right. Oh, don't want that to happen. Remember, make sure you get all this tin off because you don't want that going into your engine. Alright, like I said, 2 quarts. Alright, so after you got your 2 quarts in, obviously you want to check your dipstick. Now with this, they say don't tighten it. Alright, just lay it in there with this engine. Alright, some people, they tighten it and then check it. All you got to do is get it on there. Do not tighten it. Alright, now it's on there, non-tightened. And then you check, and we're at full. Okay, get it right to that full mark there. Alright, and it actually will tell you right on there, for correct oil level, do not turn cap on the threads. Alright, so you just lay it on there. You don't know how many people I know in some of these oil change videos, they tighten it up and then they check, right, and they're low oil. Alright, here we go. Alright, nice clean oil. That's really it, guys. Alright, guys, the one thing I want to touch on real quick is a pre-filter. Alright, now I don't know if your Hustler Raptor, your Hustler Raptor SD or your Hustler Raptor SDX came with a pre-filter. Mine did not, okay? Don't worry about it. You can buy these on Amazon. Go to your local mower shop and they should have pre-filters for the Kawasaki engine, very common engine. These things are lifesavers, guys. This is my 3rd air filter. All right, if you do leaf cleanups, now I just put this on around 6 days ago. You want to put this on a brand new air filter. All right, I put this on 6 days ago, and I probably used this mower maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. All right, but you want to put it on a brand new air filter. All right, but these are a must-have, guys. These will save the life of your air. I mean, you can go hundreds of hours with an air filter if you have one of these pre-filters on. Okay, so I finally was like, man, I had a couple left over, so that's why I switched them. Now I could have gotten a little bit longer out of my last air filter, but I knew I was going to be doing this video. So what you want to do is blow this area out, get your clean new filter, of course, pre-filter, blow your, all right, now remember, guys, you're using this on a brand new air filter. You're not doing what I'm doing here. Now, could you do it? Yeah. I mean, it's better to have it on now than not at all. And this is pretty much new, okay? But you want to do it with a brand new air filter. All right. And again, these are a must. I highly recommend them. I can't talk enough about pre-filters. They will just save you so much money in the long run and protect your engine much better. And of course, mostly protect your air filter the most. Okay. So so simple. It couldn't be easier. Make sure you have it over the entire area. It'll fit on there real nice. Okay. All right, that's it, boys. All right, you got your new pre-filter on there. You can tighten this up. I don't know what that is. All right, tightened up. Now all you really got to do now, I'm not going to do a fuel filter change yet. I will do that in another video because I am going to do that before the year's over. Obviously this is a mess here. You know, that's what happens. Run these things commercially, unfortunately. That's really it, guys. The next thing I'm going to do is do a blade change. I'm probably not going to add this in the video because I'm already probably at like 25 minutes and most of you guys know how to do that. But I will make a separate video on blade changes later. But that's your oil filter oil change on your Hustler SDX, your Hustler, and your Hustler SD, guys. This, what you just saw, is the same exact thing for the Hustler Raptor, the Hustler Raptor SD, and the Hustler Raptor SDX. So if you're watching this video thinking, oh, I don't know if it's the same with the SD or with the regular Raptor, it's exactly the same. You don't go by the mower as much, you go by the engine. But again, there's different configurations with this mower. Again, some companies have the oil hose already attached with a plug on the end, and all you do is just take that off. That's the best way to do it, obviously. But with your SDs, you get this little hose. I think the SDX, I mean the Gravely and the Arians is the same. They give you like a little hose. I'm pretty sure. But that's it, guys. It's super simple. Run your mower, all right? Run it for like 5-10 minutes. Make the oil drain a lot quicker. Loosen your oil cap, okay? Then you want to put your little hose on the end right here. You got two. 1, 2, okay? You put your hose on this one, you loosen this one, that'll make the oil drain. Once it's done draining, then you want to take your old oil filter, take it off, okay? Get your new oil filter, put a little oil around the washer at the end there. Give you a nice snug fit around that rubber seal, and tighten it up, hand tight, you know, maybe 1 or 2 cranks, that's it. 2 quarts of oil. Once you get to around 1 7/8, 1 13/16, check. Use your dipstick. And remember, guys, I can't say this enough. When you test the oil, you're just putting it on. Just like that. Do not tighten it. It'll tell you right on the dipstick. Alright? Alright, then you tighten it back up. And always make sure you have a pre-filter, guys. It'll save you so much money in the long run. It'll help protect your engine more, and it'll make your oil filter, your air filter, excuse me, your air filter last a lot longer. And that's it. And all you got to do is dump the oil